Hey, I'm here, but I'm off the mic though, y'all.
Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They run again on first down. Chubb, not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on second down, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Point it right.
On third and short to give to the tight end. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
First down, Browns.
Mike, 180. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Mayfield on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. Trying to get it to Landry there. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go.
On second down, it's Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. Third and 14. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Cousins looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
That's what I'm talking about.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
180. Check, pistol. 54. You must be 100.
From the 45 on second down, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now Chubb. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Cousins. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Browns drive about to get started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mayfield now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. First down, here's the run with Cook. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, Cousins. And Diggs has it. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 43 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score Vikings 10, Browns nothing.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge in your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down now, it's Cook. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. They run again on first down. Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. On play action, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph, 34 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they
under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And
that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first down throw from Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Danielle Hunter getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one for. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as they are able to cut into that lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good, and that will get them 1 closer. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start the drive with Cook. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Throwing, Cousins, and that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Throwing, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Danielle Hunter, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now. It's 16-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. On first down, Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Browns' 46-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 21.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
Conservative and running that football. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. To throw, Mayfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
That's it, baby. We got 6.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Vikings 29, Browns 10.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. Hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score.
That just fucking oh my god. The Jets. I kicked it off. He was running. His stick fumbled. Ran it to the touchdown. I didn't see that part. Hold on.
Good by Bailey, and that will bump the lead up to 26. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Mayfield on first down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Daniil Hunter, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It was Denzel Ward in from his corner spot there to take him down for the loss.
Let's get it.
Cousins here to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game.
Love to walk out of here. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A good pick up there for the Browns, 15 yards. Mayfield looks to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Here's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Mayfield to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be... And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Bro.
Big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.
Game, man. Good game, bro. Good game. Damn, I scored 35 in the 4th.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaunt. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.